Hello everyone, and the first Fox welcomes you all back to Let's Play Persona 4 Arena. Anyways, last time we left off, we were playing Akihiko's storyline. We just finished Shadow Library, so let's continue. Wait, did I overwrite? I think I might have. Yeah, I did, but we could do it again.
I...
Hey, acceptance music. I love this music. After silencing the shadow, I stand before Lavish, but she casts her eyes downward sad.
Hey, what's with that face? Stand up and look at me. I have a message for you from Chie.
Huh?
She wanted to apologize for doubting you and hurting your feelings. She was really sorry about what she said. She wanted to tell you herself, too. She was so determined to save your heart that she threw everything she had at me.
Chie-san said that?
Also, Mitsuru, the girl in charge of the Kirijo group, learned what happened to you and was mortified to hear of it. You still think no one understands? That your pain is unique to you?
I never thought of things like that. I never imagined anyone understood me. But... that's...
I'm a machine, though. I'm not human. Myra smutters and casts her eyes down again.
I don't know anymore. What am I supposed to believe?
You're human, so you must have the answer. Laris's gaze at me expectantly. It's true that I have something to believe in. But I don't just have something to believe in simply because I'm human. Plenty of people walk the earth with nothing to believe. I had to find it and grab hold of it myself. Indeed, I found it only after facing down my own weakness.
Look, I don't know much about how you suffered in the past, or how many times your heart was broken. But don't give up. Believe in yourself and keep standing up to the world. No matter how many times you fail, some things you have to grasp for yourself.
Iris looks up. This time she finally looks at me in the eye.
Myself?
That's right. If there's something you really want, fight for it. You'll never get it by running away. What's your strongest desire?
I...
Iris falls silent. I don't probe her for the answer. You can't rush this. This is something one must find by facing down themselves, searching their heart for an answer and making it take form of their own. I can't help her find the way. If she doesn't find it on her own, it will be meaningless. Labrish places her hand on her to her chest. She then closes her eyes and loses herself in deep thought. Eventually, she opens her eyes again and looks at me.
I want people to understand how I feel.
Then there's someone you need to tell that to. And that's yourself over there.
Then I point over to the shadow who has fallen silent. Lyris inhales sharply. Lyra's shadow is a part of herself that she just denied. But because she denied that part, she must also realize that there's a question she needs to answer. Why did I deny myself? I'm sure Labrish has found the answer already.
I get it. That's what you've been saying this whole time. In your own way. Yeah. I understand now.
After making this momentous realization, Labrish stands up on her own will and faces her shadow, the awful part of herself that she denied. Oh, yeah, I can skip that too. Fuck it.
So this is the other me.
Yep.
It's not easy accepting yourself, but you managed to get past that. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Lavish reply is slightly embarrassed, yet proud. It's the exact combination of emotion I was hoping to see.
We should get going. You have some things you want to tell Chie too, right?
As we leave the announcement room, Mitsuru contacts me. Once the shadow disappeared, all the interference it was creating went through it. The jamming, the invisible walls are all gone. I begin to escort Lavish back to the real world. You have no idea where the fuck you go to, Akihiko. Wait, why is it making me save now? Oh, it must be a long-ass text ahead. I follow Mitsuru-san's... Jesus, I'm so used to saying Mitsuru-san because... Whatever, fuck it. I follow Mitsuru's direction and reach the specified location. A number of people have already gathered, and I noticed Teddy, Kanji, Chie, and others I have seen in the P1 commercial as well.
Oh, phew! You're okay, Miss President. Or should I call you Labrys? Chie-san.
In contrast to Chie's enthusiasm, Labrys looks towards me as if unsure how to feel about everything. Before I can nudge Labrys forward, Chie rushes over and takes Labrys' hand. She smiles brightly after she confirms that Labrys is alright. Labrys cannot resist the infectious air of happiness and breaks into a smile of her own.
Hello, sorry, who are you?
I'm liking that look you've got going on. It's like you just single-handedly saved the world from an evil army.
Yosuke, don't be so rude!
Chie turns towards me and bows energetically.
Akihiko-san, thank you for saving Labrys.
No need to thank me. I just delivered the message you left me with.
Don't you have some people you want to introduce Labrys to? After being prompted, Chie dashes off, tugging Labrys by her hand towards her friends. The people waiting to greet them are everyday students, but none of them seem to be all that concerned by the fact that Labrys is an android. In fact, it seems that they're welcoming her into their group with big smiles. Looks like they're a pretty open-minded bunch. As I'm watching them, I join by some familiar faces.
Are you alright, Akihiko?
I raise my hand as a response to her. That's enough for Mitsuru to understand the situation and smile. Aika stands next to me and gazes at the group of people gathering around Chie and Labrys.
It seems my sister has also forged a bond.
That takes you back, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Though I am a machine, I understand what it means for people's hearts to come together. I would definitely like for my sister to learn that as well.
The battle that took place 3 years ago marked a major... Okay, don't look at this, don't look at this. Close your eyes for about 5 minutes if you don't want to spoil Persona 3. Labrys says just same turning point. Oh yeah, and also mute your mics for about 30 seconds. Mitsuru, however, is standing unmoved. She furrows her brow and is sporting a look I know all too well. She's what's troubling her now of all times. I just notice the serious look on Mitsuru's face and speaks to her. Okay, never mind. It doesn't look like it's going to be spoiling anything, so go back and do it.
Are you thinking of sealing my sister away again?
Don't tell me you're going ahead with that. I know you're in a delicate position, but I have serious issues with this.
No, you misunderstand. I realize full well the situation here. That's not what I was thinking about. What's bothering me is that the true culprit in this case never did show their face.
What? Didn't Labrys say she escaped here on her own?
That's what I thought most likely at the time, but that scenario doesn't match what we've learned since then. How did Labrys learn about this world? Why did she call in these other Persona users?
You had some basic investigation done on Inaba, right? If she regained her consciousness a while ago, it's possible she infiltrated your network and found out about that stuff.
That's not my only doubt. Labrys' ability to cloud others' senses can only go as far as creating hallucinations. That's inconsistent with the ability to control people so thoroughly as to make them risk their lives in a hijacking. There's too much that doesn't add up.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Alright, fine.
It
doesn't really seem like this is spoilers for Persona 3. True is right. There are too many unexplained circumstances here, but why stand around worrying about it? All the answers we need are a few simple questions away. I caught Labrys.
Labrys, how did you escape all the way here?
Huh? I was inside a chamber and...
Barbara tries to continue, but her body immediately goes completely rigid. That's not good. Barbara looks like she's standing completely devoid of thought, but I know better.
Get back!
I shout out a warning to everyone in the area. Iris immediately reaches for the large axe on her back and brandishes it.
What a pain.
I have to protect GA and the other civilians. I immediately take a step forward to engage the still expressionless Labrys. This is a different situation than our earlier battle. Since Labrys can now use her persona, this is going to be a much more difficult fight. If we joined forces to attack her, this would be a simple matter. However, Labrys' body has already taken a lot of damage from all the battles she's been in. There's no way of knowing if she'd survive a combined assault from us. Doubt and hesitation swirl around my cloud of thoughts. I must take a decision and follow it with no regrets. That's when Mitsuru's sharp voice pierces the air.
Akihiko, buy me some time.
Looks like she has some kind of plan up her sleeve. Then my course of action has been decided.
You got it.
I tightly ball my hands into fists and extend it towards my opponent. And I retreat to my vow.
Labrys, I will protect you no matter what.
Alright, we all saw that coming, but it was kind of slightly different. You didn't even hear the person talking. What the fuck? It's not that different. What, so? Jesus. You know, you could fuck off. Fuck off. Okay. Yeah, fuck off doing that. No, you could fuck off doing that anytime now. Fuck you. Fuck you. Thank God for that. That was close. Very close. Too close for my comfort. Fuck that. Anyways, we say that up. Let's continue on. That should be the last fight, if I remember correctly.
Looks like I managed to keep her intact.
What the fuck? But she still seems to be under the control of someone else? Do we have to strike down the one controlling her? But where could they be controlling Labrys from? Just as I prepare to check the surrounding area for anyone outside present, the voice echoes from somewhere.
You resorted to your fists in the end.
What the fuck?
That's why people say your strength is fake.
There's a familiar voice that I can't quite place, starting to manifest from out of nowhere. And person.
What is that?
It's another Akihiko-san?
Whoa! Is that Akihiko-san's shadow?
What? The darkness dissipates and what's left standing there was me. Just like Labrys' shadow from before, he looks exactly like me. The only difference is in the eyes. While the others are stirring, he coldly declares.
You go on and on about resolve and whatnot. What have you been doing these past few years? Just training yourself to fight better, that's all. You haven't grown at all as a person. You're still running from your fear of losing people, just like before. So you are watching us. Looks like the mastermind of this thing has a lot of time to kill.
Huh? Mastermind?
He's taken aback by my taunt, but continues on.
What are you talking about? I came from the sea of your soul. Enough. Do you think you rattle me with that tired old theme?
The Shao, no, the mastermind arrogantly tries to rile me up, but he taunts powerless against me. I'm not taking the bait. No anger, no any surprise, there is nothing rising within me. My heart was completely placid.
So you won't admit it. Then, rise again, my puppet. Dance until you shatter.
The Shao orders them Val and Labrys to stand. As if a puppet of strings, Labrys responds to the Shao's command.
Looks like you've shown your stripes already. That power proves you're not my shadow. So what? You still have no choice but to suffer. Unless you destroy this thing, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What will you do?
I glance over to Mitsuru. She gives me a slight nod and I laugh.
Sad to say, but this show is over.
What?
It means we won't fall for the same trick again. Yamagishi, now!
Just as Mitsuru's voice sounds, the ominous presence lurking within the Shao was repelled. Turns out the person who Mitsuru contacted before was Fuka. Hell yeah. I see her persona abilities could disrupt the control on Labrys without having to enter this world.
Are you all okay?
Oh hey, it's Fuka. Oh, she grew a ponytail. That's different.
Fuka-san?
Fuka Yamagishi, she's our friend who helped us great years ago. She has an analytic persona, and she herself is a whiz at digging up useful information. The Asagami High School doesn't know anything about Fuka and are looking around in surprise.
Is this like Rise-chan's persona? Wait, where is she? This feeling. What the? That voice. It's not coming from in here. Whoever it is out there.
Seriously? She can use hers in the real world? That's amazing.
That's not your shadow, Akihiko-senpai. It's just a fake mimicking your appearance.
She can't. That sounds actually different than what I thought. Oh, fuck it.
Very impressive to guess correctly from such a long distance away.
You must be the one behind all this. You stole Labrys and threw her into a TV. You were after persona users from the start.
No, this isn't right. This is different from. Oh, fuck it.
And you just demonstrated how you controlled those hijackers.
Why did you go after these students? What are you up to? Personas and shadows are one and the same. If I poison your hearts, I can recruit shadows with unparalleled strength.
Wait, what? You mean turn our personas back to shadows?
The heart is frail. Its weaknesses are never fully vanquished. Given the opportunity, it can betray you and return to darkness. Old wounds that you thought you had overcome opened once again. You almost let go of your hearts, your personas. This one's desire to make people suffer was perfectly suited for such a plan.
Plan?
You caused all this to gather strong shadows?
Why would you do such a thing?
All the loose ends are finally getting tied up. I glare at the enemy as he smugly reveals his grand scheme.
That's enough. I see now that there's no room for any more excuses.
I pull out my evoker. I could perform a summoning without this now, but I still couldn't just let it go. It serves as a constant reminder of those days fighting as a part of Seas, so I don't forget the joy, the sorrow, and the losses from those days. I point the muzzle to my head just like I used to. The feeling of cold metal, the easy trigger pull.
You said before that I couldn't cast aside my fears.
Back then I felt that I didn't care if I lived or I died. And I just wanted all the power I could manage. Whether my disregard for my own life was because I secretly wanted someone to punish me, or because I wanted someone stronger than I to give me and allow me to live. In your case, my resolution is no longer the same.
But I'll tell you something. People who have no fears end up dying early or throwing their lives away. My determination coexists with my fears. I know that death and loss are always close by.
I squeezed the trigger of my Evoker, a nostalgic sensation. I was just a kid 3 years ago when I laid my life on the line. Now, though, I cannot allow myself to die. In my heart, I know that I can't lose this fight. I accumulated all this power to protect others. I am risking my life in order to stay alive and keep my friends safe. That is my current determination.
And you still say you're my shadow?
If a shadow is just another form of one's persona, then...
My determination would never leave my side.
Alright, let's do this shit. So it seems like the others, the C's members will be longer. And maybe, freaking, fuck, Naoto's. There we go. I was trying to think of her name for right quick. Ah, fuck you. Hey, what are you doing? Fuck you. How the fuck did... God damn it. Okay. Obviously, I just got my ass handed to me. God damn it. I can tell this thing's gonna be better Akihiko than I am already. Oh, fuck it. God kicks its ass.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Come on, Akihiko. Come at me, bitch. Hey, that was actually pretty easy now. Maybe because I switched to fighting position. The first fight I was just leaning back in my chair and now I was just hunched over my controller. I don't know why, but I do better whenever I'm in that fucking position. Like, do you guys have a certain position where you guys play video games at? Like, I know some people lay down, play video games, sit up, whatever. But whenever I'm sitting over, hunched over my controller, I do better. But you guys can hear the clinking of my controller into the mic, and it really... I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite way of sitting down? I know it sounds weird, but like playing games and sitting down? Or whatever you just feel comfortable with. Because I just find it being a difference in the way I sit.
I didn't think you'd resist this fiercely.
Oh shit, that was a spoiler. Fuck. I thought that I'd done some serious damage to the thing, but it seems he has no intention of giving up his ridiculous charade. He nonchalantly carries on while still wearing my face.
This is fine with me. Good enough for my purposes. I've confirmed you have enough power to meet my expectations.
Good enough, my ass.
Who do you think you are? You're really pissing me off!
The mastermind contorts my face into an eerie smirk and chuckles.
I doubted there'd be any meaning in changing my appearance. But sure enough, it made for a very enjoyable game. I will see you in another guise next time. Just wait until then.
Why must they always have a fucking evil laugh?
Wait!
There's no way I'm letting you get away. I immediately closed the gap between myself and him, but with a foul smirk he disappeared. All that remains is his laughter.
Yamagishi!
The reading disappeared. It didn't move, it just vanished. What could this mean?
Back to square one again.
Meh, fuck it.
Bullshit! Don't you ever come back again!
Still, what was it planning on using our persona powers for?
It hasn't given up, right? We'll see it again.
Indeed, based on what it said, I have every reason to assume that it'll return. The enemy's objectives are still mostly unclear and we don't even know who he is. We do have a lead though. I look towards Mitsuru and Aigis. Though I can't say this in front of the students, the fact the mastermind knew about Labris is a big clue. We're most likely dealing with someone related to Kirijo.
Don't worry about it. We'll handle things from here.
Wait, but it kinda said it was still after us.
Of course. You should be aware that the enemy is out there. Akihiko only means that there is no need to abandon your lives to pursue it. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. That is, after all, our duty.
I'll just leave the rest of the explanations to Mitsuru. She's much better at saying the right things in these situations. In the meantime, I glare at the empty space where the enemy was.
The battle will go on, huh?
After all the members of the Shao operatives are safely returned from inside the TV, we decide to spend a day in Inaba doing follow-up stuff and leave quietly the next day.
I'm glad things went well. Oh, but first, it's good to see you again. This is becoming a real reunion.
Fuga looks behind her to the backseat. Mitsuru and Aiga smile at each other. Even for those of us who fought the battle 3 years ago, journeying into a world inside a TV to retrieve a robot still sounds absurd. Still, we managed to accomplish our mission. We retrieved Labris and we kept it as contained as possible. However, our plan to leave quietly like a covert op unit was foiled by the group of students.
They were certainly a lively bunch to the very end.
Mitsuru seems to have the thought the lapse in security wasn't enough to see the overall success of the mission, and smiles. I recall the smiling faces of the students as they came by to see us off from Inaba. I didn't think they'd all show up. They turned the quiet depart we planned into a big scene. Mitsuru opted not to reseal, is still gazing at the rear. Okay, so this is when they leave, right after they left.
Do you regret parting with them?
A little. But it's only a matter of time. I promised Chie and the rest that I'd definitely come back.
I want to see the Inaba group and say goodbye to them in person. Iris was the one who insisted on a formal goodbye. Not only that, she herself decided to leave them for a while and join the Shao operatives. Even if it was unlikely that she could go to school with them, there may have been some way for her to see her new friends more often instead of joining up with our secret group. But that wasn't what Labris wanted. There are things that I need us to do in order to pursue the mastermind that dragged all of us into this incident. If I stay with the Shao operatives, I can accomplish those things. Those were her words. What, and you couldn't fucking make a scene for that instead of, oh, fuck it. She has formed bonds, but rather than depending on them, she pushed forward. This must be why she is able to come a past filled with more grief than any ordinary person's. Her resolve is amazing, and Labris isn't the only one who gained a new determination in these lands either. In order to speak my own resolve, I straightened my eyes and faced Mitsuru.
Mitsuru, may I talk to you?
What is it? It's unlike you to be so formal.
This won't be any time soon, but I'm thinking of leaving the Shadow Operatives eventually.
What the fuck? Fuka doesn't seem as hard hit as the other members, but even she's looking at me with confusion in her eyes. On. Says, when has Mitsuru's eyes been... Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. Her eyes are like pinkish red. What the fuck, Mitsuru? Since when? I thought that was weird. It's like pink or red. I can't really tell the color from here, but it's like, ugh. This was actually something that I had been thinking about from the very beginning. These feelings have been smoldering inside me ever since I received my first mission. I finally found an avenue to direct those feelings. Mitsuru seemed to realize that this is something that I've given a lot of thought to and responds in a business-like manner.
May I ask why?
There's something I want to do now. I can't do it while I'm part of an unofficial group like this.
People who fear random acts of violence and crime, people down on their luck, who have no one they can turn to. I want to be someone that they can rely on. There's one great power that protected me in the past when I was faced with senseless acts of violence that caused me great loss. It was an ordinary police officer. Right now I'm forced to turn a blind eye to the plights of some people as long as they have to carry out my obligations as members of Shadow Operatives. I won't be able to help them. I'm going to have to forego protecting some of the smaller things in the world. In order to deal with larger missions. This case has helped me realize that I don't want to give up on those smaller things. I want to protect them.
I see. I think you would be well suited to it, Akihiko-san.
Becoming a police officer to protect one city would be great too. I'm not against working my way through official channels to becoming a force for security. But greater power is required to protect a large area. And that power can't just come from my fists. There are greater intangible powers in society as well. It wouldn't be a bad idea to work my way into the upper echelon as a government official either. Then again, I don't know if I'm cut out for all the bureaucratic stuff. Mitsuru has been quietly taking in all my musings and interrupted my train of thought with some surprising words.
Of all the things you were going to say, that's it?
What you mean that's it? Even I know it's pretty ordinary, but...
Whether you man a police box or become a career officer, you should do it. And if you do, then I'll consider your circumstances. To an extent, whenever I need you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
For a moment I couldn't understand what Mitsuru-san meant. Not Mitsuru-san, Mitsuru.
Planning on making me belong to 2 departments at once? Wouldn't use the Kirijo name for that, would you?
Bite your tongue? I won't do anything. But even if I don't, it'll happen on its own. You underestimate the organization's need for you. Leaving that aside, if you're going to wish to become something like that, then there's something you need to do first.
You're right. I need to train more and...
No, I meant going back to college.
Mitsuru certainly adds you should follow Yamagishi's example. That reminds me, I took leave of Athens from college to go on my journey. I didn't have a problem with my classes while I was still attending. What about now?
Do not worry, Akihiko-san. I will calculate the units and time necessary for graduating and plan the most effective curriculum for you.
Oh, fuck Akihiko.
I'll be counting on you, I guess. I've been thinking this for a while now, but Akihiko seems to need someone to manage him.
I'm honored.
Another trial for me to face.
Someone's in trouble.
Labris interjects with a joke at my expense and starts laughing. I guess Mitsuru and even Fuko warmly smile back at Labris. For robots, Labris sure has a great timing and a great smile. I give up and heave a deep sigh before leaning back into my seat. Labris quickly formed new bonds in Inaba, and she will surely continue to form new bonds while she works within the Shadow Operatives. One's heart changes One's heart changes through encountering others. It's the same whether your heart is converted with muscle or metal. Even if the culprit behind this incident were to appear again, he'd be no match for my new determination. The weather is great today. The day's cloudless sky is perfect metaphor for my new resolve. Yes, that's a fucking cloudless sky, everyone. We all see no clouds in the sky. My new resolve, thinking about how fitting the situation is, makes me laugh to myself. After all this traveling, I finally feel like I've taken a step forward. And is that to be continued on the end? Or do I have to continue? Because, come on, it's been 35 minutes. Is it end? I hear music, but I don't. And that's the end of Akihiko story. Yay! Just one more to do today.
Welcome to the
You have
Velvet
got to
Room.
be fucking kidding me.
This place exists between dream and reality. My
God damn it, I completely forgot about Elizabeth.
Why
Fuck.
don't you introduce
Alright.
yourself?
God damn it, Elizabeth. A former resident of the Velvet Room. Oh, shit. I can already tell this is not going to end well. Because her persona is Thanatos. And that kind of relates to the main character, which probably that will be spoilers. I don't know, I'm kind of towards the end of the game anyway in Persona 3, so I'll leave Elizabeth till last. And if I don't get to the final thing before Elizabeth, then I'll just have to hold off until playing Elizabeth's, and then I'll play Elizabeth's thing afterwards, or I'll just go view it on YouTube or something and then go determine if it's spoilers or not. And I'll do it later, but for now, I'm going to stop here, and the next part we're going to be doing Aigis' story. So yeah, this is the First Fox signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.